What's up, everybody? Robert
and Julia
from Buggin' Me TV. We're out at the RV again today, and this time we've got something a little bit special, don't we?
Wide open spaces.
Wide open spaces. We actually moved the RV out of our stall and moved it to an area where we could actually level it and open up the slides. We did the super slide first, then we did the main slide here for the dining room area, and then we did the bedroom slide. The jacks were a little weird. Girl did her master magic and tried finding it in the books. We hit the auto level button. The jack started to come down like it was supposed to do, and it sat there, said waiting, 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 and then it started giving us blinky lights, and so I turned it off, turned it back on, did the auto retract. Then I remembered that I actually have a level in my toolkit, a level right here on top of the table, and I went front to back and left to right, and it was perfectly level left to right, but it needed to come up in the back. So I just went ahead and put it in manual mode, and I lifted it up, and the girl, all she had to do was tell me when the bubble was in between the lines, and now we're level. So that was all sorts of interesting. Apparently I need to teach her how to read a level and actually communicate when it's actually in the bubble, in between the lines, instead of just, oh, well, now you're past it.
Well, my problem is I have squirrel brain, so I need to focus on the task at hand instead of thinking about the 8 other things I want to be doing.
The struggle is real, I'm telling you. Trying to focus on the things we were trying to do, looking under the bed for the slide so that we can pet proof. The cats can ride along and they can wander around while it's going down the road. Otherwise they have to be locked in the back bathroom, which I'd rather not do because, you know, all the violence of things moving back and forth. I don't want the pocket doors flying open, you know, things like that, good stuff. So that's gonna take a little doing. I think I've got a pretty good plan now. Now it's just a matter of we have to go get some materials and start executing on getting those pieces in place. I don't think it's gonna be super difficult.
No, we're probably going to film that in bits and pieces when we go for that.
Yeah, we're only going to show you the good bits. We're not going to show you the real struggles. Maybe we'll record the struggles and we'll maybe make a blooper reel or something after where I can actually use the beep a lot. Maybe a few of those Homer Simpson moments. So, yeah, we'll just have to see how that goes. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a tour and show you what's really going on. Alrighty, so again, there's the woman. Got the Apple TV running. Got everything closed up, but you can see here we got the fireplace is running great. No heat at the moment because it's actually 80 degrees today. We just wanted the ambiance. We got the JBL sound bars up here still. I haven't pulled that out. We're not using that anymore. I have the Sony portable that I installed instead and hooked it up to the Samsung directly as a Bluetooth device. Sounds like a subwoofer up in there. If I go back up this way, we got the cockpit right here. We haven't really played with these chairs yet, but the chairs actually do swivel. There is a release latch on them and they do turn around to become part of the seating for the living area, but we haven't really messed with that. We have the bed up above, but we still got our Christmas lights up because it's New Year's Eve. We leave our stuff up till after New Year's, as you can see, because we still have the Christmas stuff over here as well.
I mean, you can see how big the galley is.
We can basically dance in here. There's a lot more room here. We couldn't really open this up last time. You could barely open this island up.
Yeah. Now you can show them the rest of the RV.
Yeah, exactly. You know, this part here doesn't really change because the bathroom isn't on the slide, obviously. This refrigerator is, so that's opened up nice and wide. But back here has changed quite a bit. I now have the bed slide out is out, as well as the super slide. There's plenty of room in here.
Show them in here.
You want to show them these?
This is important for those of you who are looking to purchase a model that has the in-floor heat, or it already has it. I mentioned in one of previous videos the little heater buttons was the floor. That was wrong. Those are the Dometic fans. They also have the capability to flush heat. This is the reset for the floor heat. No one told us what this switch was for when we did our orientation. They didn't even open this cabinet. This resets it. The feature is used on the Firefly, and the Aqua Hot is on. The floor heat will work.
Now the fan right here in the galley, you can open up. It has a control on the control pad in the kitchen. You got a half bath, rear bath, and living room. Supposed to have sensors on it to automatically close when it senses rain or something like that. Don't trust it ever. If you see sprinkles coming, just hit the button and close it yourself. We have a little boo-boo here with our pocket door. Wasn't staying closed or when we were in transit, so I've got this little rubber stopper in there. The reason that it's happening was kind of a twofold issue. And you may run into this in another model, but it definitely happened in here. So the first thing is up here where it attaches to the rails and slides back and forth. Over here was 2 inches. Over here was almost 3 inches, so it was not sitting at the same level. So I had to fix that. And this pin right here is actually controlled by this latch. When you hit that latch, it's definitely going to create some problems for you. I found that after adjusting that, there's still a couple little wonky pieces that I had to deal with, like when it closes here. Down at the bottom, it actually touches the wall first. So I actually had to push on the door to actually get it to click in the mechanism. There's a mechanism up in here, right there. It's right here in this channel. It'll actually tuck in there and that pin will lock in place. But the reason it's not staying locked in place, the way these two things lock together is there's a plastic pin that joins this back door to the front main door. There's a missing piece right behind this little laminate. You can see the laminate's actually broken. As soon as I closed this thing real quickly, that pin just popped right out of there. So here is the bed, and she's gonna go ahead and slide this out so you can see what it looks like with the bed fully deployed. Good news is it's nice and quiet. Now, one thing that we did notice when we were up underneath of this thing that you need to be aware of when you buy one of these units, there's daylight, folks. I'm talking I was able to go outside at the slide and the rubber seal, I could actually stick my fingers through it. A lot of the higher end units like Newell and Prevost, whether it's a Marathon coach or a Liberty coach, their slides run differently. They actually have an airbag system that goes around the slide. The airbag will basically inflate and completely seal, and when you want to open the slide, it deflates that bag, moves the slide out, and then re-inflates it, so you don't have that daylight issue like you do on standard coaches. It's not just this coach. All of them have it. It's just something to be aware of. More importantly, you want to make sure you're putting out stuff like rodent repellent, ant repellent inside the coach, as well as underneath the slide areas outside the coach, because you don't want bugs getting in your coach. And they will absolutely get in your coach if you don't do that. You need to come out here and take care of that to make sure that stuff is treated so they don't get in.
I'm really glad that we've been able to open this up, because I'm telling you, when we put out the bed slide, I had no idea there was a mirror right there.
Yeah. We didn't see it completely open. I mean, we did open it for a brief minute or two. We liked what we saw. We'd watched the Fleetwood video showing you what things are what and where it is and how it is and the ooh and the ah and all that good stuff. Fell in love with it, decided to buy it. Yes, we knew there's things that are not going to be a Prevost or a Newell, but I'm also not spending $2 million either. Yeah. There's things that you just got to be aware of when you buy an RV, things you need to look for. Daylight would be one of them. That's pretty important. Coming in here to the bathroom, you guys kind of already saw that.
That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much the walkthrough on the thing with it fully opened up. Everything's been working great so far other than the daylight thing. Kind of knew it was going to be there. I just didn't know it was going to be quite that noticeable on our backslide.
Because that's exactly where the cats are going to go. They're going to smell the outdoor air, and whoop, that's where they're going to go.
Correct. Yeah, and what I'd rather have them do is try and go back behind this theater seating, because there is a nice gap back there as well. But I'm actually going to design it specifically as like a cat bed, so that if they do go back there, you know, they know that they're safe and protected and they can't get underneath the theater seating itself.
I bet you the reason that's wide open is because the dishwasher is here I don't know if it's access.
There's
Maybe
a vent
it's
out there.
access
Yeah,
to
there's you can see the cabling and stuff. She's talking about down here, folks. You probably can't see it in the shot, but right where my finger's pointing, yep, you can see it. There's a gap right there where you can actually access the wiring and everything for this island. When I put that new foam in place, I'm gonna go ahead and cover that section up just to make sure that we can't get at it, and we're gonna make it a pet bed back there so that they can go hide in the safe little nook and they feel like, oh, you can't find me, all that good jazz. And look, see, remember I was talking about had bug? There's a bug that came in when the door was open. That is the walkthrough, people. Hope you enjoyed it.
Now there's 2 bugs.
Yes, now there's 2 bugs in the Bug and Me TV world. So we will sign off for now and keep living life, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, folks.